This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 14. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. (10-7) our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Stephon Gilmore, he was the one defensively there who really blew that play up before it got started. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack. Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if you bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. So Rodgers will depart in on his Greg Zuerlein for the Jets field goal. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will knot us up at 10. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone. Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone. And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on him, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out. Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Prescott. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lamb. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Trying to run for it with Pollard. Still going. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 136 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. On play action, Prescott rolling to his right, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Will McDonald in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Prescott to throw it. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Jets will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Second and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. This pass out wide to Hall. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Rodgers going to get this complete to his running back Hall. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
As soon as he leaped down and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and they will take the lead at 13-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in the field goal range. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Third and short yardage. Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Keep it going! Take it to one! Hey, 47! The ball down the field. Get out of here with the W, offense! 47. Let's go! I want to see your TV celebration dance!
On first and 10, Prescott. Tosses the out route here to Gallup. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
Gallup with the catch there and covered.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Prescott on first down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Jets force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. And they'll run it here. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Second and 7 from the 20. Ball again on second down. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. Flushed out right. And got his man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big gain of 31 on third down.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 41 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Hall. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. To throw is Rodgers. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Ozzie Smith brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? To throw, it's Rodgers. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they're likely to force a field goal attempt.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. All things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
Well, the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Here's Pollard again. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Hardman on the return. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly...
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 49 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. And he's got it. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall from 19 yards away. And the Jets are able to stretch out their lead. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And the lead is now 13.
Makes the score Jets 23, Cowboys 10. Right zero line to kick off for the Jets.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Now Prescott. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And that's gonna be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Here's Hardman to return. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead, this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Rodgers going to throw. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Prescott. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Carl Lawson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll give to Hall. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at about the 14.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return.
And that will come the offense as they take over. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
And the Cowboys, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well. And if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
1st down, Prescott. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Carl Lawson getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Prescott.
Complete. Pollard.
And they get to him after a gain of 6.
You can have 6, 7 yards. Do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
It's incomplete.
And this is 4-down territory here. They know down 2 scores at this late stage, 10-yard passes aren't going to do it. So they took the shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
We can do this, offense! Let's use
Here we go. This is 4th down. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Now it's Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Jets 1st down, and that should just about do it. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Rodgers throwing here. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the 1st quarter. But 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like